Across Oklahoma's wide, open plains, small towns are scattered as if forgotten by time. There's no traffic noise, no blinding city lights, just the sound of the wind and crickets keeping the night company. Yet behind that silence lies a unique snapshot of life, sometimes calm, sometimes bitter. Towns like Garber, Cherokee, Jet, Canton, and Hennessey may never show up on travelers' radars. But from these places, stories of hope, perseverance, and solitude quietly rise to the surface. Imagine a small town tucked away in Oklahoma's dense forests. Its name is Clayton. As of 2025, the population is just about 556, a steep drop from 2 decades ago. That's more than just a number. It reflects a quiet, ongoing exodus. The median household income here, $24,554 per year, far below Oklahoma's average of over $63,600. Living in Clayton means surviving on about a third of what the average household elsewhere earns. The per capita income is also low, hovering around $18,000. And most striking, about 36.4% of its residents live in poverty, more than 3 times the national rate. In eastern Oklahoma lies the quiet town of Talihina. Surrounded by green hills and roads rarely touched by cars, it looks peaceful at first glance, like a postcard from the past. But behind that charm is a tough reality faced every day. The population is only about 941 people, and of that small number, more than 1 in 5, specifically 23.5%, live below the poverty line. Most households here don't even reach $38,000 a year in income. Hartshorne isn't just any town. It was born from coal, from the hands of Italian, Polish, and Irish immigrants who came with hope and pickaxes. This place once thrived on the coal mines that powered Pittsburgh County. But that golden era is long gone. The population has dropped to around 1,900, and the town has slowly faded. Shops have closed, homes are empty, and life moves at a slower pace. Yet, there's still a flicker of life. Around a quarter of residents live in poverty, but they continue to endure. Anadarko is more than a town. It's a symbol. Nicknamed the Indian capital of the nation, it's home to many native tribes like the Wichita, Caddo, and Apache. Bright murals cover its buildings, and local museums tell the deep history of indigenous people. But beneath that cultural richness lies a painful irony. Its population is about 5,400 and shrinking nearly 2% each year. The median household income dropped sharply from $49,770 to $43,668 in just 1 year, a clear sign of economic strain. Per capita income is only $21,630, which is around 60% of Oklahoma's average. Wilburton once stood proud as a booming coal mining town in the heart of Latimer County. But those days are gone. Now, the town feels heavy and damp, as if weighed down by its own history. Its population is around 2,300, spread across a large area, making it sparsely populated. Yet, the poverty rate is striking. 25.1% of residents live below the poverty line. The per capita income here is just about $19,473. Wilburton also has a high relocation rate, about 16.5% per year, showing that many residents are trying their luck elsewhere, leaving behind a town once built on the promise of its natural resources. Red Oak isn't just small, It's truly tucked away in the Oklahoma landscape, with only about 528 residents spread across just 1 square mile. In a town this tiny, nearly everyone knows each other. But behind that simplicity lies a harsh reality. More than 30% of the population lives below the poverty line. The median household income is only about $35,676 per year, and the per capita income is even more concerning, around $17,787. That figure falls far below the state average, highlighting the significant economic pressure many residents face. Albion is barely a dot on the map. The town spans just 0.4 square kilometers and is home to fewer than 60 people. Even in such a tiny place, social issues still persist. About 13.6% of the population lives in poverty. Most homes here date back to the 1940s, showing how little infrastructure has been updated. Yet Albion has one unique feature: the Matokosic House, the former home of the Sorbian poet, which is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. It remains the town's only enduring cultural pride. Gracemont is a bit more lively than Albion, with a population of about 260 and a median age of just 25, fairly young compared to most towns in Oklahoma. But youth doesn't always equal bright prospects. Nearly 30% of its residents live in poverty, and the average household income is only about $36,250. Per capita income is also low, around $20,500. The town is home to many young families with 2 cars per household, not as a sign of wealth, but because limited public services like schools and hospitals make mobility an absolute necessity. Marshall has a population of around 294 people within less than 1 square kilometer. Interestingly, the median age here is quite high, 54 years, because many younger residents have left to seek better opportunities elsewhere. Even though the median household income is $57,917, the poverty rate remains high. 1 in 5 people lives below the poverty line. Per capita income is only about $28,280, still below the state average. Marshall is a snapshot of a town holding on as its younger generation moves away. From the outside, Covington seems more stable. With roughly 460 residents and a median household income of $74,500, it surpasses the state average. But a closer look shows not everyone shares in that financial comfort. About 9.1% of the population still lives in poverty. The per capita income is around $33,782, but still a reminder that poverty can exist even in places that appear to be doing just fine. Garber, a tiny town in Garfield County, still stands quietly amid the flat, unchanging landscape. Its population in 2025 was around 725, a slight increase from the previous decade. Though small, Garber's median household income reached $61,125, close to the state average. The town still holds on to its tight-knit community feel, especially when the 4th of July parade rolls through. But once the drums stop and the flags are packed away, the silence returns. The 2-story grocery store that once anchored downtown now sits empty and fading, like a memory that refuses to be forgotten. There's no movie theater, no hospital, and to grab fast food, residents have to drive nearly 20 miles to a neighboring town. In northwestern Oklahoma, Cherokee stands as the county seat of Alfalfa County. But don't imagine the buzz of a typical capital. It has just about 400 people as of 2025, and the number keeps dropping each year. Old houses, many now vacant, are a common sight around town, though the median household income remains relatively steady at $52,917. Most residents are elderly, and younger generations are choosing to build their futures elsewhere. The high school is still running, but the number of students keeps shrinking. Heading north, there's a small town called Jet, a name that suits a place you could pass through as fast as a country song. Its population in 2025 is only about 193. Still, Jet offers something no other town does: the Great Salt Plains, a dazzling white salt flat home to rare selenite crystals found nowhere else. Each year, hundreds come to dig for crystals and take in the otherworldly landscape. But once the tourist season ends, Jet returns to its quiet routine. It has one elementary school, one post office, and one large church, but few essential services. There are no doctors, no grocery stores, and no nightlife to speak of. Amid wheat fields and harsh western Oklahoma winds, Canton is known for one thing: its lake. Canton Lake is a recreational hotspot that draws visitors from all over the state. Yet the town itself is home to just about 444 people. The median household income is only around $32,917, and the poverty rate reaches 20.8%, making it one of the highest in the area. Even so, Canton holds on to its identity through the annual Sand Bass Festival, a local celebration and one of the rare times this quiet town comes alive. Finally, there's Hennessey, sitting right along the US Route 81, as if born from the very traffic it rests beside. About 2,200 people live here, according to the latest census. While it looks bigger than many towns on this list, a sense of stagnation lingers. The median household income is around $50,139, just under the state average. About 18% of its residents live below the poverty line, with that rate even higher among the young and the elderly. But what stands out most about Hennessey isn't the data, it's the atmosphere. The town feels like it's waiting for new opportunities, a new generation, or a spark of hope that still hasn't arrived.